Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Konstantina Papanikolaou, and today we're gonna discuss a little bit about conversational AI and how it transforms the modern customer service. So let's start with what we will be discussing a little bit. So first of all, we will talk about the conversational AI. We'll try to define what is conversational AI and what is its significance for modern customer service. Then we will explore some use cases, some real life use cases of automated that can automate tasks that can be automated by conversational AI applications across different industries, different sectors. Then we'll try to break down the different components that comprise conversational AI systems. And moving on, we'll look into some challenges that we face as developers when implementing virtual agents, conversational AI systems, applications. We'll look into some AI platforms that are used to implement and deploy such solutions. Then we will also explore the main advantages for leveraging conversational AI in customer service. We will discuss the ethical considerations that come with conversational AI. And finally, we will conclude with a look ahead and looking at what the future of conversational AI holds. Okay. So let's start with defining what conversational AI is. It is, first of all, it's a subfield of artificial intelligence, and it focuses on creating systems that can interact with humans in human language. That's the main breakthrough. And these systems are capable of understanding, processing, and responding to human requests. So the main objective here is to offer enhanced user experience, and this is its main advantage, actually, that humans can interact in their own language with a system, and they can get efficient support. And of course, to achieve these goals, conversational AI uses already known technologies like natural language processing, machine learning, voice recognition, so that it can have these human-like interactions between a machine and a human. So we're actually talking about a human and a machine brain coming together and having a dialogue, a conversation. Next, I want to explore some real-life use cases where conversational AI applies, and some tasks that can be automated utilizing solutions. So what we're talking about actually is automated customer support. This is what the objective is. The mostly known as bots. Probably most of you have already interacted with one. And this can be chat, or they can be voice, virtual assistants, depending on the channel that is used. Now, these automated systems, these virtual assistants, interact with humans so that they can handle inquiries and provide instant responses. Some tasks that can be automated with conversational AI solutions are, for example, appointment scheduling and booking, people calling in contact centers to schedule, reschedule an appointment, cancel an appointment, or things like that. Order status and tracking, people that need to know where their order is, track it and hear information about their status. Account information, this is another use case. It's mostly used in the financial domain, in financial organizations, where people call or interact with a virtual assistant in order to get some information about their account. That could be, for example, their balance, or hear information about some recent transactions, or their next and last payment, and things like that. And of course, one of the most frequent requests are payments, people that want to pay their bill. And this is also something that conversational AI can fully automate, so that no human intervention is needed. These are all use cases that can offer end-to-end automation, so the system can handle them end-to-end without the need for a human. And this it can also be done in a very human-like way, so that it offers the best user experience. Now, the main components a conversational AI system comprises of, starting with the entry point, let's say, the user interface. So the user interface is mainly where the interaction begins. So this is the way the user provides their input. So we have text-based interfaces for chatbots, and we can have a voice interface for voice virtual assistants, and also we can have a user interface that combines both text-based and voice. After getting the input for voice-based systems, the automatic speech recognition technology is really essential, because what it does, it converts the audio, the spoken language, to text, so that it can be used as input to the next module in the pipeline, which is the NLU, the natural language understanding. And this component actually processes the text, the user input, so that it can label it semantically. It can extract some meaning out of it. And the focal concept in conversational AI systems in general is the intent. What the system needs to identify is the intention of the caller, so of the user. So what it is that the user needs. Apart from that, however, it also needs to identify some entities. For example, it might need to know the date of birth, so it should be able to also understand dates or numbers, like card numbers, for example, and things like that. Now, this labeled output is actually leveraged by the next module, which is the dialogue management. And what dialogue management does is it kind of controls the flow, the way the conversation will evolve. So it leverages all the information from the NLU, so the intent, entities, context, other information or conditions it might have, so that it can actually determine the next action of the system. So what the system needs to do right after. This is its objective, actually. And after it has determined the action, the response generation module formulates that to a response that will be presented to the user. So here we are talking about natural language generation, NLG, and this can be a text that will be presented for chatbots, or we need the text-to-speech technology to formulate the text and convert it into spoken words and language that will be then announced to the user. Now, to perform several of the automated tasks we discussed before, back-end integrations are also important. So the system might need to interact with back-end systems so that it can perform actions on behalf of the user or retrieve data about them. For example, they can retrieve account details that can then be announced to the caller, to the user. The final module, the final component, the data analytics, is not exactly in the implementation of the conversational AI application per se, but reporting is really crucial for businesses, and every interaction with the conversational AI creates data. So these data are really important for businesses so that they can gain insights into their users' behavior, their customer preferences, pain points that they need to face. Now, what are some challenges for engineers when developing, when implementing such systems? First of all, one of the important things is understanding context and maintaining context. So the system needs to keep track of what the caller has said. So imagine, for example, someone calling to get assistance for to troubleshoot a technical issue, for example. If the caller, the customer, has already mentioned that they have restarted their device, for example, the system needs to be aware of that and not repeat the same action later, not present the same solution. Another major issue, especially with NLU when trying to understand the user input, is ambiguity. And ambiguity is an inherent characteristic of human language. For example, application, if someone says application, it can mean that they want to apply for a loan, or it can mean that they want to know something about the mobile application. So the system needs to figure out what exactly it is that the user needs and handle their request accordingly. Scalability is another challenge. The conversational AI systems need to be able to handle a very large number of interactions at the same time without losing in performance, of course. And this is also, to address this, we need to build resilient and scalable platforms. As we mentioned already, it might also need to integrate with legacy system, CRM, for example, to retrieve data. And of course, a major concern is always privacy and security. We need to ensure that the systems are secure and that the user data are always handled with privacy. Next, we can have a look at the platforms, existing platforms for implementing AI solutions, conversational AI solutions. And looking at this recent view of conversational AI landscape, we can see that there are several tools and platforms out there. Tools for specific technologies like speech recognition, NLU, text-to-speech, and things like that, or platforms that combine capabilities, NLU, text-to-speech, ASR, to be able to implement an end-to-end solution. And here you can see some big tech platforms, some big players like Google Dialogflow, IBM Watson, which are the most important ones, but there are also some smaller vendors like Core AI. And of course, we have some open source libraries like Rasa, which actually offers developers the building blocks they need to create chatbots from scratch, bots in general. Now, a significant discrimination to make is between no-code and low-code platforms and code-based ones. So there is a lot of discussion lately around democratizing artificial intelligence. And this is an objective for years now, and for the years to come, of course. So one of the primary drivers of democratization is actually the emergence of low-code and no-code platforms. These are actually user-friendly platforms. They offer user-friendly interfaces and functionalities like drag and drop, enabling users to build AI applications without the need for extensive coding knowledge. And this can also empower business users to craft a solution that is tailored to their specific needs. Now, if you look at this is the Magic Quadrant from Gartner for 2023, the latest one, for enterprises that work on conversational AI. On the top right part of the quadrant, you can see the leaders, which are actually the ones that both execute well currently, and they are also well positioned for tomorrow. So you can see there a couple of big players like IBM Watson and Google Dialogflow, but most of them are smaller vendors, smaller companies that are working and specialized in conversational AI. You can see there Omilia, Cognigy, Core AI. These are the most known in any case. Okay, so let's try and look into the main benefits of conversational AI in customer service, and some of the benefits of the advantages are pretty straightforward, like 24/7 availability. So with conversational AI, you don't have the concept of business hours. You always have a virtual agent that is always there, always eager to help a customer with their requests. There's also scalability. Businesses grow, so does their customer base. So with conversational AI, scalability is much easier without the need to overwhelm human agents or with having long waiting lines, for example. Personalization is also really important. Conversational AI can analyze vast amounts of data, and it can provide tailored responses to the customer. So the conversation, the communication the interaction is more engaging and relevant. Efficiency also. It actually automates trivial tasks. It automates more repetitive tasks. So human agents can then focus on more complex issues. And this can also lead to increased productivity. Now, something that is not that obvious is the user authentication. This is a main pain point for contact centers. authenticating their users. And it has to do with identifying actually who they are, their identity, the user's identity. This is the incentive, the objective, actually. Authentication can either be active when we need to get some responses from the user in some questions, like get their date of birth, their social security number, and things like that. Or it can be passive. And this means that we require nothing from the caller. We just leverage information we already have available. And this mainly is based on biometrics nowadays. And the most renowned way is voice biometrics. Now, there are several benefits in contact centers for leveraging voice biometrics. First of all, what is voice biometrics? It starts by analyzing a piece of voice, actually an input sample, and storing some voice characteristics. And then every time the user speaks, the system compares the audio it gets with the stored sample, so that it can verify a user. The benefits for contact centers are pretty significant. So first of all, it can mitigate fraud risk. Its person's voice is unique, so voice biometrics can accurately verify a caller. It can reduce call duration, since the only thing it needs is 2 to 3 seconds of voice, of audio, to verify a caller. And of course, personalization is also really important. Once they are authenticated with their voice, they can have immediately have access to information. Of course, all this potential of conversational AI raises also some ethical questions that we need to consider. And first of all, one of the main concerns is the job displacement. So there is understandable concern about automation leading to reduced job opportunities. However, we need to recognize that conversational AI is not about replacing human agents, but it's about augmenting their capabilities and improving their overall efficiency. So as we mentioned before, it automates trivial tasks and more repetitive tasks, so that it can free human agents, and they can focus on more complex interactions, more sensitive, probably, interactions that require human traits like empathy, creativity, problem-solving skills. Privacy concerns are also something we need to consider. As we mentioned before, we need to ensure that the systems adhere to all the data regulations and they respect people's privacy. Algorithmic bias is a risk for AI systems in general, and this is also something we need to be aware of and address. Transparency is really important when humans are interacting with machines. So the virtual assistants need to be clear that the customer actually needs to know that they are interacting with an automated system with artificial intelligence, and they also need to know what exactly are its capabilities and what are its limitations. We need to be fully transparent. And finally, customers also need to have the option to be able to speak to a human agent whenever they need to, especially for more sensitive issues, for example. Now, keeping, of course, ethical considerations in the forefront, looking ahead into what the future of conversational AI holds, one of the things that have entered our lives the last couple of years is generative AI and large language models, which of course is also supposed, or it's expected to bring breakthrough, a disruption in conversational AI systems as well. So first of all, they can enhance even more the user experience. They can generate text that closely resembles human language. So they can have more engaging more human-like conversations. They will also enhance multi-turn conversations. So LLMs are capable of maintaining the context we discussed previously over multiple turns in a conversation. So this way, they can have more meaningful and more productive conversation. And they can also help address complex issues in natural language understanding, like ambiguity and also coreference. And of course, with enhanced content generation capabilities that they offer, they offer even more opportunities for automation in the customer service. And of course, we always need to keep in mind that all this we need to ensure that they are implemented in a secure way, always respecting people's privacy. And this is something we need to keep in mind always. Just as a closing remark, I've tried to touch on different aspects of conversational AI. It's a pretty broad field in any case. So if I was to have a closing remark and something to remember, is that we always need to be mindful of what it entails and the ethical considerations that come with the potential of conversational AI. Thank you all for your attention, and I'll open the floor for any questions or comments. Of course, AI mimics human conversations. They don't think like a human, and this is a limitation of artificial intelligence in general. This is not only about conversational AI. Regarding voice biometrics, that I can see a question. Of course, there are always fraudsters, and with LLMs, you can also more easily create deep fakes. And these are issues that voice biometrics technology is currently handling. And there are several advancements in detecting text-to-speech, in detecting deepfakes. Of course, as you all know, no technology is 100% accurate, nor any human in any case.